Hi, my name is Chloe. I'm a yoga instructor at the McHenry Rec, and I'm just going to take you through a little vinyasa class. I'm not going to use any music, so please feel free to turn on music at your home or wherever you're practicing. So we are going to begin. Sit down on your knees and then go ahead and sit back onto your heels. We're just going to close our eyes here. You can place your palms down or you can place your palms up on your thighs. Either way, we're going to take a few breaths to get ourselves started here. Inhaling through the nose, feeling yourself sit up nice and tall. Exhaling through the mouth, letting your body relax. Inhaling through the nose, feeling yourself lift up through the crown of your head. Exhaling, letting your body relax. And continue breathing like that. I just invite you, if you'd like to, you're welcome to set an intention for your practice at this time, or if you'd like to dedicate your practice to someone, do that as well. And go ahead and slowly, you can begin to open your eyes. I'm going to turn to the side so you see what I'm doing. We are going to walk our hands forward, coming into a child's pose with our legs together, stretching our arms out long, pressing through the fingertips here, back up onto our knees. And we'll go ahead and lift our bottoms up into the air. We'll inhale, reaching our arms up high, and we'll bring our right leg out to the right. As we exhale, we'll bring our right hand down our leg as we bend over, reaching that left arm long out to the side. Inhale, coming back up and exhaling over to the left. Extending that right arm up and over our ear, really reaching through that right arm. Inhaling up to the sky and exhaling to the other side. Go ahead and continue flowing like this a few more times with your own breath. Making sure you're keeping your chest open and lifted, that you're really reaching out through those fingertips. And go ahead and even out your sides here. And then we'll bring that right leg back in. Lifting up, bringing the left leg out this time, dropping the left arm. And exhaling over to the left. Bringing the right arm down, reaching, extending that left arm up and over our ear, making sure we're keeping our chest open and lifted. Back over. Flowing with your own breath. As fast or as slow as feels good to your body here. And we'll make sure we even out our sides. Bring our leg back in, and we're going to come to hands and knees. We're going to come to tabletop position here. And in your tabletop, it's important that you want your wrists to be below your shoulders, your knees to be below your hips. You want your belly button to be pulled into your spine, and you want your back to be long and flat from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, tuck your tailbone in, start rounding your spine, arching your back, bringing your chin into your chest for cat pose. And then slowly dropping your belly, lifting your sternum, lifting your throat, coming into cow, and sitting back on your heels to child's pose. Taking an inhale here, and as you exhale, drawing yourself back up to that cat position, really arching your back, over-exaggerating it. And inhaling, dropping your belly, raising your sternum, opening your throat. And sit back on your heels to child's pose. And we'll go ahead and take a few more flows like this with your own breath. As fast or as slow as feels good to your body. And the next time we come to child's pose, we'll hold. Really reaching our fingertips long out in front of us, feeling the stretch here. We'll take an inhale, and as we exhale, we'll pull ourselves up to tabletop position. Once again, checking our alignment here, making sure our belly button is pulled into our spine, that our back is long and flat. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to tuck our toes under and hover our knees just an inch above the ground for bear pose. And slowly we'll start pressing our chest back towards our bent knees, coming into halfway down dog, and pedaling the legs, coming into downward facing dog. Go ahead and continue pedaling the feet here, getting yourself comfortable in this down dog. And then slowly we'll begin bending into the knees, coming through that halfway down dog position, hovering the knees above the ground for bear, dropping the knees for table, and sitting back on the heels to child's pose. Taking an inhale here, and as you exhale, drawing yourself up to table, tucking the toes, hovering the knees for bear, pressing our chest back towards our thighs for halfway down dog, lifting our hips to downward facing dog, bending into the knees, coming through that halfway down dog, hovering the knees above the ground for bear, dropping the knees for table, and sitting back on our heels to child. Taking an inhale here as we exhale, drawing ourselves up to table, tucking the toes, hovering the knees for bear, pressing our chest back towards our thighs, lifting our hips for downward facing dog. And this down dog will hold for a few breaths. You really make sure you're pressing into the hands, pressing your chest back towards your thighs, getting the most out of this down dog. And slowly we'll walk our feet together. We'll come up on the toes, and then we'll start dropping our heels over to the right side. Feeling that stretch in the side of the leg, trying to get our heels as close as we can to the ground here, over on the right. And we'll come up on the toes, coming back to center, and we'll drop our heels over to the left side. Trying to get our heels as close to the ground on the left side as we can. And we'll come up on the toes and drop the heels over to the right once more. Maybe seeing if we can press them a little closer to the ground this time. Come up on the toes and press your heels over to the left. We'll come up on the toes, bringing the feet back to center. We'll look forward between the hands, and very slowly we'll tiptoe our legs, trying to keep them as straight as long as we can, up to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold. And you're welcome to do whatever feels good to your body in this first forward fold. If you'd like to grab your elbows, you can. If you'd like to sway from side to side, you're welcome to shake your head yes, shake your head no. You can always grab behind the calves or the ankles to pull yourself a little deeper into this forward fold. Letting your head hang. And very slowly we'll begin pressing our hands into our shins as we lift up halfway with a long flat back for halfway lift. And gently fold back into that forward fold. We'll place our hands on our hips. And we'll raise our elbows, raise our chest, raise our chin as we come up with a flat back here. Arms will reach up on our inhale. As we exhale, we'll bring that right knee in towards the chest, bringing our arms down to grab that right knee in. And release. Arms reach up, we'll bring that left knee in. And hold on to that left knee, bringing it closer towards our chest. And release. Arms will reach up, and we'll swan dive down to that forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold, and reverse swan dive up with a flat back here. This time on your exhale, I want you to start lifting your sternum towards the sky, keeping your belly button pulled into your spine, coming into a little back bend, tucking your chin in. And then we'll cactus our arms, squeezing our shoulder blades together, coming into a cactus back bend. Arms will reach. And this time, as you bend that right leg, bring the right heel up to the glute, and we'll reach our arms back, bringing that foot in towards our glute, coming into a quad stretch here. And release. Arms reach up, bending that left knee, bringing that left heel towards the glute, reaching back, pulling that left foot in towards our glute, taking a little quad stretch here. And release. Arms reach up as we exhale. We'll swan dive down to that forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold, and reverse swan dive up with a flat back. Once again, we'll come into our back bend, taking the cactus back bend here, and arms reach up. And this time, we're going to take our right arm out to the right, palm face up. You're going to bend that right knee. You can take a quad stretch again, or if you'd like to take this a little further, bending that right knee, we're going to grab the inside edge of the right foot with the right hand. Left arm is up, palm faces the ceiling as we slowly begin to kick that right foot into our hand, tilting forward, coming into dancer pose. Using that left arm as counterbalance to keep us steady. Really kicking into that right hand. And slowly we'll begin to release back down. Arms will reach up. That left hand will come out to the side. Left knee comes up. We'll grab the inside edge of that left foot. Right arm comes out for counterbalance as we kick that left foot into the hand. We'll slowly begin tilting forward, coming into dancer pose on the other side. Extending that right arm far out in front of us for counterbalance. And slowly coming back up to standing. Exhale down to that forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Arms will come up high as our hips stay low, coming into that chair position. Making sure that our knees aren't going past our toes. Pulling our belly buttons into our spine. Back is long and straight. Sitting back here. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can come up on the toes. Maybe try and sit a little bit deeper into that chair pose. A little bit deeper. And we'll swan dive down to that forward fold. Planting the hands, either jump step or walk the feet back to plank. Making sure you're keeping your belly button pulled into your spine here. Once again, long flat back from the crown of the head all the way to the feet this time. And either on your knees or on your toes, you will slowly lower yourself down for Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering all the way to the ground. Fingertips are going to come out outside of your mat, tented on your fingertips. We're going to inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to draw our chest up off the ground. Taking an inhale here, and as we exhale, bringing our right shoulder towards the ground as we look over our left shoulder. Inhaling back up to center, bringing our left shoulder to the ground as we look over our right. Inhaling back to center. Once more, bringing our right shoulder down, looking over our left. Back to center. Lowering our left shoulder, looking over our right. Back to center. Inhale, draw yourself up a little higher. Inhale, draw yourself up a little higher. And exhale down to the mat. Placing your hands underneath your shoulders, you can press yourself up into baby cobra, in cobra, or up dog. And then we'll flip the toes, coming into downward facing dog here. Making sure that we're pressing into the hands, pressing our chest back towards our thighs. And we'll reach that right leg up high to the sky for three-legged downward facing dog. Making sure that we're keeping our hips square to the mat here. We'll bring our right knee into our nose, look forward between the hands, and step the right foot in between the hands. If it doesn't make it all the way, you're welcome to use your hands to pull it up to where it needs to be. And we'll rotate that left foot so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat as we cartwheel our hands up and open to Warrior Two. Taking a moment to set up our Warrior Two with proper alignment, making sure we're pressing equally into both legs, rotating our thighs outward like we're trying to press ourselves up against the wall behind us, tucking our tailbones under, torso straight up and down, shoulders roll back and down, gazes over those right fingertips. And we'll flip the right palm and reverse our warrior. Reaching out long through that right hand. Feeling that stretch. And we'll bring the right forearm down to the right thigh. Extend that left arm up and over. Reaching long through those left fingertips, making sure we're keeping our chest open and lifted. And slowly we're going to bring our left arm down in front of our body and begin circling it. Making sure we're not collapsing, making sure we're keeping our body nice and straight and strong. And we'll reverse the direction of our circles here. And the next time your arm comes up over your ear, we'll hold. And you're welcome to hold here. If you'd like a little bit of a core challenge, you can extend that right arm as well, like you're squeezing an imaginary beach ball in between your arms. And reverse your warrior. Hands will cartwheel down to frame that front foot. And we'll step the right foot back, coming into plank. You can either lift your hips directly to downward facing dog. You can lower your knees to child's pose, or you can take a vinyasa. So when you take a vinyasa, you go from plank, you slowly lower yourself down to the ground, coming into baby cobra, king cobra, or up dog, flipping the toes and coming into downward facing dog. And we'll take 2 breaths in down dog. So your options are always to go directly to downward facing dog, take a child's pose, or take a vinyasa. You're welcome to do any of those options at any time. So we'll begin by raising our left leg up high to the sky for 3-legged down dog. We'll bring our left knee in towards our nose, looking forward between our hands. We'll step our left foot forward. We will rotate that right foot so it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. Cartwheeling our hands open to Warrior Two. Making sure we set up our Warrior Two, that we're pressing equally into both legs, rotating our thighs outward, tucking our tailbones in, pulling our belly buttons to our spine, torso straight up and down, shoulders roll back and down. Gazes over those left fingertips. We'll flip the left palm and reverse our warrior here. Reaching out long through those left fingertips. And we'll place our left forearm down on our left thigh, reaching out over our ear with our right arm, reaching long through the fingertips, making sure our chest is open and lifted here. And slowly we'll bring that arm down in front of our bodies, starting those circles. And we'll reverse the direction of our circles here. And the next time we bring our arm up and over our head, we'll hold it here. If you'd like to take the core challenge, you can extend that left arm as well. And come into reverse warrior. And we'll cartwheel our hands down to frame that front foot. Stepping the foot back, taking a vinyasa, going directly to downward facing dog, or taking a child's pose. And we'll lift that left leg up high to the sky. Bring the left knee in towards the nose, looking forward between the hands. We'll step the left foot forward. We'll bring the left hand inside of the left foot, and slowly we'll begin walking our hands over to the right till we come into a wide-legged forward fold. And here we'll begin walking our hands back behind us, coming a little deeper into the stretch here. And then slowly we'll begin walking our hands back underneath our nose, coming into a halfway lift. Bending our knees, bringing our toes out and our heels in. We will draw ourselves up to star pose, straightening the legs, straightening the arms. Heels are in, toes are out. And gently we'll begin bending into goddess here, making sure that we're pressing our knees out, our thighs outward, tucking our tailbones in. And we'll lift back up to star. We'll bring our toes in, heels out. And as we bend forward, we'll bring our right arm down towards our left ankle or our left calf, wherever it can reach. And we'll lift back up to star, bringing our heels in, toes out, sitting into goddess. Lifting up to star, toes come in, heels go out. Left hand comes over towards the right ankle this time. Lifting back up to star, toes out, heels in, bending into goddess. Lifting back up to star, toes come in, heels come out. Right hand goes down towards that left ankle. Extending back up to star, heels in, toes out, bending into goddess. Extending back up to star, toes come in, heels go out as that left hand comes down towards that right ankle. Lifting back up to goddess, toes out, heels in, bending into goddess here. Really making sure we're pressing our knees outwards, that we're tucking our tailbone in, that we're pulling our belly button into our spine, and we're gonna hold here for a little bit. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and come up on the right toes and release. Come up on the left toes, release. Come up on the right toes, release. Come up on the left toes, release. And go ahead and come up on both toes and hold. And release your hands back down, come to star. We'll cartwheel down to frame that front foot, stepping the front foot back, taking a vinyasa, going directly to downward facing dog here. And we'll take 2 breaths in down dog, or if you need to, you're welcome to go to child's pose if you need a drink or a rest. And we'll slowly begin lifting that right leg up high to the sky for 3-legged down dog. We'll bring the right knee in towards the nose, looking forward between the hands. We'll step the right leg in. Bending into that left knee, we'll sweep the arms up high, coming into crescent. Once your torso is straight up and down, you can start straightening that left knee. And slowly we'll begin to hinge forward. And lift back up into crescent. And hinge forward. And lift back up into crescent. Hinge forward. Lift back to crescent. We'll hinge forward one last time, and this time we'll clasp our arms behind we'll clasp our hands behind our backs. We'll really ground into that right foot. Baby step in with the left foot as we slowly begin tilting forward, bringing that left foot back up behind us, coming into warrior 3 with bound hands. Kicking out, extending through that left heel, trying to keep our hips even and level. And gently we'll release our hands to the mat as we kick that left leg up high to the sky, coming into standing split. And we'll begin bending that right knee. We'll bring the left knee behind our right calf, coming into Shiva squat here. And then we'll kick that left leg up high to the sky again. Bending into that right knee, we'll bring the left knee behind the right calf for Shiva squat. And then kick that left leg up high to the sky again. Coming into that Shiva squat. And extending that left leg up into the air for standing split. And into Shiva squat. Extending that left leg up high. And once more, we'll bring that left knee behind our right calf, coming into Shiva squat. And this one we'll hold for a few breaths. You're welcome to stay here. If you'd like more of a challenge, you can bring your hands to your heart center. And slowly we'll be bringing our hands back to the ground, kicking back up into that standing split, and slowly lowering that left leg back, coming into runner's lunge. And you're welcome to step your foot back and take a vinyasa or go directly to down dog, or if you'd like more of a challenge, you can kick that right leg up high to the sky, take a three-legged vinyasa here. And we'll all meet up in downward facing dog. And we'll take a few breaths here if you'd like to go into child's pose for a moment. And then slowly we'll begin lifting that left leg up high to the sky. We'll bring the left knee in towards the nose, looking forward between the hands. We'll step the left foot forward. We'll bend into that right knee as we raise our arms up above our heads, coming into crescent. Straightening that right knee once our torso is straight up and down. And we'll hinge forward, bringing our arms back behind us. And lift back up to crescent. And hinging forward, bringing our arms back behind us. Lifting back up to crescent. Hinging forward, arms come back behind. Back up to crescent. Hinging forward once more, bringing our arms back behind us. We're going to clasp our hands and try and clasp your hands the awkward way, the way that a different thumb is on top this time. Ground into that left foot. Take a baby step in with your right before slowly beginning to lift that right leg, kicking out through the right heel, coming into warrior three. Trying to keep your hips even and level here. Slowly bringing the hands down to frame that left foot, kicking that right leg up high to the sky for standing split. Bending into the left knee, bringing the right knee behind the left calf for Shiva squat. Extending that right leg up in the air for standing split. Bending the left knee, bringing the right knee behind the left calf for Shiva squat. And taking that right leg back up for standing split. Bending the left knee, bringing the right knee behind the left calf for Shiva squat. Standing back up for standing split. Bending into that Shiva squat. Kicking up into standing split. And once more, we'll come into that Shiva squat, and this one will hold. You're welcome to stay here. If you'd like to do a balance challenge, you can bring your hands to your heart center. Hands will come down to frame that left foot, kicking the right leg up high to the sky for standing split, before very slowly with control, bringing it back down to the mat. And here you're welcome to step your left foot back to plank, taking a vinyasa, or going directly to downward facing dog. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, kick that left leg up high to the sky, taking a three-legged vinyasa here. And coming into downward facing dog or child's pose. We'll take a few breaths here. So if you need a rest or drink, go ahead and take it. And we'll lift that right leg up high to the sky. We'll start bending that right knee, stacking the hips. Opening the hips here. And you're welcome to stay here, or if it's in your practice, you can drop your right toes behind you, coming into wild thing. So we'll be up on the right toes, the blade edge of the left foot, raising our hips to the sky, opening our chest here, keeping ourselves lifted. And if you flip the dog, go ahead and come back up to three-legged down dog. We'll bring the knee in towards our nose, looking forward between the hands, stepping the foot between the hands here. Placing the left hand on the ground, we'll sweep the right arm up to the sky, coming into easy twist. And then reaching up through that right arm, we'll pull ourselves up, twisted to the right, left arm is forward, right arm is back. And we'll straighten our torso as we lift our arms up, coming into crescent lunge. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, we'll draw that left knee up towards the chest. We'll cross that left ankle over our right leg. Arms reach up as we start sitting back into standing pigeon, figure 4. Belly button is pulled into spine, back as long and flat, sitting back as deeply as you can. We'll bring our arms out to a T. You can wrap your left leg once or twice over your right leg, coming into eagle. Left arm will come under the right, wrap once or twice, coming into eagle arms. Lifting our elbows high, bringing our shoulders away from our ears, sitting back, squeezing our thighs together. Gently, first we'll unwind our arms, coming back to a T. Then we'll bring that left knee up towards our chest. Step the left leg back to crescent. Hands will come down to frame the foot, taking a vinyasa, a three-legged vinyasa. We're going directly to downward facing dog or child's pose. We'll take 2 breaths here. I guess I should say a few breaths. And then slowly we'll begin lifting our left leg up high to the sky. Bending that left knee, stacking our hips on top of each other to open that left hip. Staying here, if it's in your practice, flipping the dog, bringing your left toes down towards the ground. Lifting your hips, opening your heart. And if you flip the dog, go ahead and come back up to three-legged down dog. We'll bring our knees into our nose, looking forward between the hands. We'll step that left foot in between the hands. Planting the right hands on the ground, we'll sweep the left arm up and open, coming to easy twist. Reaching up through those left fingertips, we'll use that to pull ourselves up, twisted towards the left. Right arm is forward, left arm is back. And we'll bring ourselves back to crescent, coming into crescent lunge here. Bringing ourselves back to center, I should say. Coming into crescent lunge here. Taking an inhale, and as we exhale, bringing that right knee up towards our chest. Crossing the right leg, or crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. And starting to sit back, coming into standing pigeon. We'll bring our arms out to a T. We'll wrap that right leg once or twice over the left. We'll bring the right arm under the left, wrapping it once or twice, coming into eagle, sitting back deeply, lifting our elbows, lowering our shoulders away from our ears. Coming into eagle. Gently untwisting our arms, untwisting our legs, lifting that right knee up. Stepping back to crescent with control. Hands coming down to frame that left foot. Taking a vinyasa or your three-legged vinyasa, or going directly to downward facing dog. We'll come into down dog, pressing into the hands, pressing your chest back towards our thighs. And slowly we'll begin lowering our knees, coming into tabletop, and then easy seated pose. We'll bring your legs out long in front of us. Inhaling up, reaching up high, lifting through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, folding forward over the legs. Inhale, feeling our spines extend, growing longer. Exhaling, folding deeper into the stretch. Inhaling to find length, exhaling to draw yourself deeper into the stretch here. And on our next inhale, we'll rise back up. We'll bring the left knee in towards the chest. Drop the left foot, drop the left knee down in the ground. We will twist our torso towards the right leg. Extend our arms up long. Inhale here, and as we exhale, we'll drape ourselves over that right leg. Inhaling to find length, exhaling to draw ourselves deeper into the stretch. And we'll inhale ourselves back up. We'll extend that left leg, bring the right foot in towards the groin. Turn our torsos over towards the left. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, reaching down over that left foot. Inhale to find length in the spine. Exhale to draw your nose a little closer to your knee. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, deepening the stretch. And we'll inhale ourselves back up. We're going to come onto our backs now. We'll bring our arms out to a T. We'll extend that right leg out, cross the right ankle over the left leg. We'll leave the right arm on the ground. We'll bring the left fingertips behind our head. We'll take an inhale, and as we exhale, we'll crunch that left elbow in towards the right knee. Extend back down, crunch in, making sure we're pulling our belly button into our spine, keeping our lower back against the ground. Crunching in and extend. Crunch in and release. And our fingertips are just slightly behind our head. Our fingertips are not pulling our head up. We're using our abs and our obliques to do this crunch. And now we'll go ahead and we'll wrap the right leg once or twice over the left leg, coming into eagle legs again. Bring our arms out to a T. We'll wrap the right arm once or twice underneath the left, coming in to eagle arms. As we inhale, we'll lengthen the arms and the legs away from each other, and as we exhale, we'll draw them in towards each other as we crunch our head, neck, and shoulders up. Inhaling, lengthening our hands and feet away from each other. Exhale, crunching them up together as we draw our head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor. Using your breath here. And go ahead and unwind your arms, unwind your legs. You can take a full body stretch here if it feels good. And we'll bring our feet bottoms to the ground. We'll cross that left ankle over our right thigh. We'll bring the right fingertips behind the head. And take an inhale here, and as you exhale, draw that right elbow over towards your left knee. And release. Crunch in. And release. Again, making sure that you're pulling your belly button into your spine, that your lower back is pressed against the floor. And we'll bring our arms out to a T. We'll extend our legs. Wrap that left leg once or twice over the right. Wrap the left arm once or twice under the right. And as you inhale, find length. Draw your fingertips away from your feet away from your fingertips. And as you exhale, crunch it all in and lift your head, neck, and shoulders up off the ground. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, crunching in. Inhale. Exhale, crunching in. Extend. We'll take one more here. And go ahead and release your feet bottoms to the ground. Bring your arms out to a T. We will scooch our hips over to the right. Bring our knees into our chest and drop our knees over to the left. Looking over to the right if your neck allows it, making sure you're keeping both shoulder blades in contact with the floor. Feeling the spinal twist here. If you want, you can use your left hand to pull your knees closer to the ground. To deepen the twist. If you want, you can extend your top leg. You can even take your left hand and take yogi toe hold on those, your left big toe. Welcome to do whatever you want to do to enjoy this twist. If you're holding your toe, go ahead and release it. Bring your head back up to neutral, then slowly bring your legs back up. Drop your toes to the ground so you can recenter your hips. And scoot your hips over to the left. Bring your knees into your chest and drop your knees over to the right. Looking over to the left if your neck allows it. Making sure you're keeping both shoulder blades in contact with the floor. You can use your right hand to push your legs down closer to the floor if you want. You can extend that top leg. You can take yogi toe hold if it feels good. Just do whatever you need to do to enjoy this twist. And if you took yogi toe hold, go ahead and release your foot. Bring your head back to center. Slowly begin bringing your legs back. We'll bend the knees, bringing the feet bottoms towards the ceiling, either grabbing the outside edges of the feet or taking yogi toe hold. We're going to come into happy baby. Pulling your knees in towards your armpits, Flexing your feet towards the ceiling, making sure your tailbone is against the ground. And you're welcome to do whatever feels good here in this happy baby. If you'd like to rock back and forth to massage the spine, you can. Like to extend one leg, extend the other. Welcome to extend both legs. Just do whatever feels good to you here. Rock back and forth. Then slowly we'll release the feet, bringing the feet up towards the ceiling. You can point and flex them a few times, and then gently bring your right toe towards the right corner of your mat, your left toe towards the left corner of your mat. Rolling your shoulder blades under. We'll close our eyes here and take Shavasana. Melting into your mat. Letting your body release. Focusing on your breath. Just being thankful for all of the things that your body did for you. Being thankful that you took this time out for yourself. If you set an intention for your practice, I invite you to come back to that intention now and think of it. If you dedicated your practice to someone, you can think of that as well. Just go ahead and relax into the mat. I wish you health and happiness. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Feel free to stay here in Shavasana as long as it suits your body. Thank you so much for joining me.